So today we will be looking at various database services at AWS. Before we begin with the database, we'll also look at auto scaling concepts, right? So in our previous sessions, we were looking at elastic load balancing, right? ALB, right? Application load balancer, right? And network load balancer, right? So today, right, I had just given some basic introduction on auto scaling, right? So monitors applications and automatically adjust capacity, right? Allows us to optimize performance and costs available at no additional charges. So as many systems you want to run horizontally, right? So those many systems will run automatically, right? You just have to do the configuration. So let's look at auto scaling. Please go to EC2 management console. Please let me know. Just start your system, EC2 instance.
Yes, mine is running.
Good. So, no?
Yeah, mine is also running.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So just look for auto scaling here in the left side. You have any option? Auto scaling. So what are the things here? Launch configurations and auto scaling groups, right? So one is the launch configuration, or we can launch template in this place, right? So if you just click on this launch configurations, right, you see what it says. The old launch configurations console is no longer available. We'll keep improving the new console based on your feedback. So it has got modified launch configurations. If you just click on create launch configuration, right? What are the options here? Instead of using launch configuration to create your EC2 auto scaling groups, we recommend that you use launch templates to make sure that you are getting the latest features from EC2. So in place of this is the traditional approach, right, to create the launch configuration. Now we have templates, right? So if we use that templates, then we'll have better features. So here, limited features you are having. See, launch configuration name you can give. AMI you have to specify, right? Instance type, right? Some additional configurations, right? And then storage, security group, some rules, and key pair. That's it. So that is the basic, simple, configuration. So as we were discussing yesterday, day before yesterday, that what we required some kind of configuration, and then what is the another thing that we require for auto scaling? That is AMI, right? Without AMI, yeah. So without AMI, how will you launch your system automatically? So you don't, without any interaction, right? And even if you want interactive launching of your system, right? Still you require AMI. AMI is the basic building block, right, for anything. So once you have the AMI, then only you can launch your EC2 instance, right? So this is simple. So you can try it out whenever you wish. Launch configuration, AMI, all those things you choose. This choose create launch configuration. So that will happen. So what I want to do today, I want to tell you the latest one, right? So whatever is the future. So I'm sure this launch configuration will be deprecated later, right? So this will be gone, right? Now they will be using only launch templates, right? So very soon that should happen because this has too many features, good features. I have some templates created, just forget about that. I will just create some other template. Okay. So you don't have any template, right? So just click on create launch template. Creating a launch template allows you to create a saved instance configuration that can be reused, right? As the name suggests, template, right? Template is for reuse only. That can be reused, shared, and launched at a later time. So just create a template, just put some configuration, right? Just mention the AMI, right? And then templates can have multiple versions. So you can create multiple templates, right? And the same template can be used and again reused, right? As many times you wish, right? To launch the instance with the same configuration, whatever configuration you have specified. So just give some name. Template BEC, just mentioning like that. Template version description, right? What is that? Template, what shall we say? Mention here, right? Now it will look for AMI also. You don't have AMI, right? So before we go for this template, let's create AMI, right? Because I have some AMI. Do you have? Do you have any AMI? Just check, please. Please confirm.
Yes, sir. I have.
You have some AMI, right? So in the snapshot, you see?
I think I have one for the Red Hat Linux AMI.
Yeah, so we are good then, right? So we are good then.
Okay.
So just we
We'll
have
do
to
launch template.
yeah, let's continue with launching the template, launch template. Just give some name, right? Something, my template, right? Hyphen DEC, something, whatever name. Give some name. Now you just mention something here.
Red Hat Linux
Used
server.
for auto scaling or something. We'll use for used for auto scaling. We'll be using for auto scaling, right? So just give some description, right? Auto scaling guidance. Provide guidance, right? Select this if you intend to use this template with EC2 auto scaling. So we are going to use this with auto scaling, right? Click on this. Provide guidance to help me set up a template that I can use with EC2 auto scaling. So there will be some difference. Just remove this to see the difference. Tick mark and see the difference. Again, you remove and see the difference. Note it. What is happening?
Yeah, it's asking this AMI.
Yes. If you choose this, AMI is required. If you don't choose, AMI is not
mandatory.
required.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are going to use with auto scaling and if you don't mention the AMI, that will not make that will be of no use. That will not make any sense. So without AMI, how auto scaling will work? What will it launch from? Where it will launch? So just choose that, right? And then it says asking for AMI. Here you say template tags. You can add some tag. Okay. No template tags are currently applied to this template. Add a template tag to apply it to the launch template. So if you just mention some tag here. which I'll give some name. And I'll just use similar thing. The value. Okay. So no source template. This is the original template that we are creating. So AMI, you just see here. Just find your AMI, our Apache thing. Where is that? Just look for some. Ours was what? RHEL or ours was my AMI. See, my AMIs.
The lot is playing under this drop down.
Yeah, it will come. Just look for it. See, red I put. Now it is coming, right? Under my AMI. Red Hat. Whatever is the name of your AMI, accordingly it will come. Just look for my AMIs. Otherwise, right? Look for my AMIs.
Yes, chosen.
Yeah. If you just look for my AMIs, you will see Red Hat Apache DAC. So if you choose that, it says instance type. Don't include in launch template, but what we will choose is 1 vCPU, 1 GB memory, free tier eligible. So I've chosen T2 micro. Key pair login. Don't include in launch template, but we will include here. So that's why I have been giving some relevant name. Red Hat Linux KP DAC 2020. So this is the one. So choose the correct one. Otherwise, no, you can't log in. So choose the correct key pair name. Okay. Now, network settings, virtual private cloud, EC2 classic. Launch into a virtual network in your own logically isolated area within the AWS, within your VPC. Okay? This is EC2 classic. Launch into a single flat network that you share with other customers. So for us, let's choose the VPC. Some security group options. So we have Red Hat DEC SZ. So this is what is relevant here. So I'll choose Red Hat DEC SZ, that security group, because it's the EC2 instance and exactly the same EC2 instance like how we are having as of now. So let's do the same thing. Storage volumes, right? You just expand this and you see 10 GB volume is there. So you have 10 GB or you have 1 GB also? Dharma?
Yes, sir.
You have 10 GB volume only or you have 1 GB also?
No, I think whatever is available for.
So you have only 10 GB available here?
For me, 10 GB available.
Okay. And Dharma, for you?
Yeah, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah. Click on storage.
It will tell you from the existing.
Yeah. You just click on this. Click on this. Look at my screen. Under storage.
Yeah, I click the storage volumes.
So it will show you.
Yeah, volume 1, volume 2, volume 1, volume 2, volume. It keep on saying.
Volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. Many are there for you.
Okay. Yeah.
How? How many volumes?
Volume 1, yeah, volume 1. It means volume 1 AMI root, volume 2 custom it mentioned, and volume 2 that is mentioned custom. Maybe that we need to remove it.
No. See, under this volume, right? If you just click,
Yes.
right? device name.
Yeah, sir. Here it says, right, volume 1 AMI root it's displaying, right? For me, volume 1 AMI root that is there.
Okay, then
That has a device name /dev/SDA1. So what is
ha
same thing from
apart
your
from
side?
this,
So it has 10 GB. Apart from this, there is another one volume 2 custom. I
okay,
think it's
tell
it's not
me.
adding it. Device name will be /dev/SD close the braces range braces B-E like that it's mentioning.
Okay, so you remove the other volume.
And there is another volume 3 also it's mentioned. Okay.
Yeah, you can remove other volume. Just don't remove this.
Yeah,
AMI
now I
root.
have only this AMI root volume. Yeah.
Okay, good. So just keep this
PBS
AMI
device.
root. This will be 10
It
GB.
says 10 GB for me
Yeah,
automatically.
perfect. So come down. It shows stats, right? So just leave it. Network interfaces. So just leave this as well. So advanced details, purchasing options, pod instances, shutdown behavior, right? Stop hibernate behavior, termination protection, don't include in launch template. So you can just mention whether you want termination protection, enable, disable, or you don't want to include this in termination protection. Detailed CloudWatch monitoring, right? You can enable elastic GPU, credit specification, placement group. So you just see the difference between the launch configuration that I had clicked earlier and the launch template, right? So this is like huge possibility is there for this one. So lot of options, right? Lot of things are there in this one. So just keep going down, Now here you just click on this. So nothing, just leave everything as default, right? So click on create launch template. So as soon as you click on create launch template, what do you see? Next steps, right?
View launch templates.
Yeah, click. No, don't click on view launch template. Did you click? First
No. I didn't.
yeah, be on this page, right? And just understand. So it says next steps. Why it is suggesting next step? Because we had chosen auto scaling, right? So we are going to use this for auto scaling. That's why it has stopped at this place, right? So it says what all things you can do. It's giving us suggestions, right? What all things you can do with this launch template. So you can launch an instance simply, right? Now, apart from that, create an auto scaling group from your template, right? So you can create auto scaling group. So that's what we were discussing. We launch a template, right? And then we create ASG, auto scaling group. So Amazon EC2 auto scaling, right, helps you maintain application availability and allows you to scale your EC2 capacity up or down automatically according to conditions you define. You can use auto scaling to help ensure that you are running your desired number of EC2 instances during demand spikes to maintain performance and decrease capacity during else to reduce costs. So whenever there is less demand, accordingly it will reduce the number of instances. Whenever there is increased demands, it will increase the number of instances. So the instances will be going like that. So create an auto scaling group. So you see this option here. Okay. So if you click on this create auto scaling group, right? Just click on this create auto scaling group. See where did you reach? Right? Please let me know when you're there.
Yes, yes, I'm there.
So here, this is to create auto scaling group, right? So you can mention some auto scaling group name, right? So what we are doing? What is this actually? What is that? Auto scaling group means what? You have some idea? Dharma, yesterday we were discussing, no?
Yeah.
What is that
Autoscaling
auto
group.
scaling group? We'll define our instances, right? The group of instances, specify a launch template that contains settings common to all EC2 instances that are launched by this auto scaling group, right? If you currently use launch configurations, you might consider migrating to launch templates. So that is the latest thing. That's why it is suggesting us to go for launch templates, right? So we are going to create some auto scaling group. We'll simply say auto scaling group, right? Hyphen DC, something, some name you give, right? Must be unique to this account in the current region, right? Launch template. By default, launch template is selected, right? Or you have option to create another launch template. Now you see the things will be used for auto scaling. Right? That was the description. My template, right? AMI is there, right? All those data are available here. Correct? Click on next. What does it say? Instance purchase option, combined purchase option, adhere to launch template. So just adhere to launch template, whatever we have specified, just adhere to that. Network, VPC, subnet. What we can do here? Let there be default VPC and subnets we can choose where you want to launch, in which availability zone you want to launch your instance. Correct now? So you choose. You want to launch in 1A, you want to launch in 1B, you want to launch in 1C, where you want to launch, right? So like this you can choose. Correct now? So when you choose the availability zones, so in all those availability zones, whatever you choose here, right? So it will be balancing your instances. For most applications, you can use multiple availability zones and let EC2 auto scaling balance your instances across the zones. Right? The default VPC is suitable. So you can simply choose multiple availability zones. It will balance the load across the availability zone. It will just create that multiple what do you call EC2 instances. So it will automatically scale, right? So it will balance the instances. So if you just whatever availability zone you choose, in that only it will create. Getting it? Now,
Sir, but how to choose multiple one here? We can choose only one, na? It will be like create VPC.
no, Dharma, just remember if your availability zone is gone, if you are running your application on only one server, or you are running your application in only one availability zone, right? So what will happen if that availability zone is not there? So you lose your application, there will be downtime, right? So
Yes, yes,
for
yes.
that purpose, we
Yeah.
learned about the load balancing. So when we configure load balancing, then what will happen? So your load will switch over to another instances in another availability zone. However, what will happen? Because one of your instances, like you are having two instances in two different availability zones. If one of the availability zone is gone, and if you don't have auto scaling enabled, another EC2 instance will not come up. So your performance of your application, that will be degraded, right? So earlier, say like 10 systems were running, and now only 5 systems will run. One availability zone is gone. So that cannot handle the load. So what auto scaling will do, it will launch fresh instances in whatever availability zone that you are choosing here, right? Automatically it will launch new instances. It will run Apache Web Service for you. Got it? So if you just choose these three, right, then
No, but my question is I couldn't choose three. That's what I'm saying.
you are not able to choose three. Why?
I think it's it's a drop down, right? So
No. You are choosing the wrong VPC. See, understand. First, you have to choose the correct VPC. If you choose the correct VPC, then you choose the three subnet. You are looking
okay.
for selecting three VPC. That will not happen. See, instance
Shall I
can be
choose the
launched.
VPC? Shall I choose the VPC that was created for us for our hands-on purpose? PC VPC1, VPC2 like that?
Then you may run into problems. If you don't have internet gateway, if you don't have something, so then you will run into unnecessary problem. Choose the default VPC, right? So,
okay.
and then you have all the three availability zones available. For your VPC 2 or 3 or something, so there may not be internet gateway, you may not be able to connect to your EC2 instance if you want to do testing, right? So a lot of things. So just focus on this auto scaling thing now, right? Later you can create your own VPC, whatever is your own VPC. You can use your own VPC for doing all the practicals, right? Configure everything on your own and troubleshoot. If you face any difficulty, you do the troubleshooting. For now, you just choose default VPC. In that default VPC, you have three availability zones available here. Choose all the three, or you at least choose two. Okay.
Yeah, you have chosen the default one, and I chosen three subnets.
Okay. Choose all the three, right? So now you just click on next, and you see how it is getting integrated with the load balancer. Use the option below to attach your auto scaling group to an existing load balancer or to a new load balancer that you define. So if you wish, you can skip this no load balancer or attach to an existing load balancer or attach to a new load balancer, right? So understand. So how your instances, right, will be there in auto scaling group ASG. Then we were talking about three services: auto scaling, CloudWatch, and what else? Load balancer. So with all the three services, right, you have a complete solution. Remember, CloudWatch, auto scaling group, auto scaling, and then what? Load balancer. So here, if you also use load balancer, right, then it will make much sense, right? You have a complete solution, right? Tell me.
Yeah.
You have a complete
Yes.
solution.
Yes.
If you use this, say like if you use load balancer, then what will happen? Load will be balanced. You will have instances across all the availability zones, but load will also be balanced. If one is down, right, it will route to another one. So we just say attached to new load balancer, attached to existing. I don't know whether we are having any. Choose the application or network load balancer target groups, right? So nothing is there. If you just choose attached to a new load balancer, right? So what will ask? It will ask for application load balancer, network load balancer. You can choose load balancer. It will just choose that scheme, internal or internet facing. So just recall, we were learning about the load balancer. So you can, if you choose internet facing, right? So accordingly, it will, right, get the new load balancer, right? New application load balancer, and it will be your instances will be added, right? And your systems will be, your application will be available. Right? So name cannot be changed after the load balancer is created. So load balancer name it is asking, right? So you want to create load balancer now? Tell me, up to you. If you want to create, we can create here only.
Yeah, I think we can create.
Okay, perfect. So right? So now you can test that previous thing also, whatever was there, no, that also can be tested. So attached to a new load balancer, new load balancer type, application load balancer, give some name. So this is taking the same name, ASD something, right? So just say yes, LB, right? So load balancer name, LB, DEC, right? Like that, LB-DEC, that should be enough. Load balancer scheme, let that be internet facing, right? Network mapping, VPC, default, availability zones and subnets, right? So you must select a single subnet for each availability zone enabled. Only public subnets are available for selection to support DNS resolutions. This is the challenge. If you just choose the private subnet, right, where you don't have the public IPs assigned, right, then you will run into issues, right? So you have to choose the subnet for each availability zone, right? Only public subnets are available for selection to support DNS resolution. Now you have 1B, 1A, 1C, everything, listeners and routing. So just recall, right, how you were doing the configuration for your load balancer, right? So listeners and routing. If you require secure listeners, you remember we're going for port number 443, but now this is okay for us. So here we just say name, right, and we can give some tag, right? So you just mention the same name, maybe you have that controls LB-DEC, give the same name, LB-DEC, right? Now health checks, right? EC2 auto scaling automatically replaces instances that fail health checks. If you enabled load balancing, you can enable ELB health checks in addition to the EC2 health checks that are always enabled. So EC2 health check is there, so that is okay for now, but you just remember you have option to put that ELB health check as well, right? So if you enable that, right, what will happen? Automatically it will replace your instance. EC2 auto scaling automatically replace. If you enable load balancing, you can enable ELB health checks in addition to that. Health check grace period. So you can mention the grace period, 300 seconds, right? Or less, say like 120 seconds. You can type as well. Just say like 2 minutes, right? So it will do the first health check, right, after this much time. The amount of time until EC2 auto scaling performs the first health check on new instances after they come into effect. Additional settings, optional. Enable group metrics collection within CloudWatch. So you can do group metric collections as well. So if you just mention, right, this one, there will be multiple collections based on the CloudWatch. So for now, you can just ignore it. You don't want to put lot of things. So just click on next. One or more required fields missing. You just see what here. Default routing forward to. Create a target group. So we don't have a target group. You remember target group we were creating where we were adding instances in the load balancer, right? So you also require that. So you just create new target group, right? Give some name, target group, right? LB hyphen target group hyphen DEC. So an instance target group
It's
with
always
all settings.
it's always taking from the load balancer name. So
Previous
I
name it
think it's
was
also
taking.
okay, right? Yeah. The load balancer name what we have given earlier.
So you will be confused if you just give that load balancer name and this target group name as same. So you will be confused later. So just give TG hyphen DEC, target group you mentioned, TG. Okay, so new target group name, you just give TG, target group. So it's simply suggesting something. So now you just come down and then you just click on next. So you got a target group as well. You see it is moving forward or anything else is needed? You
Yes,
see,
moving forward.
moving, right? So now you see what all options are there. Configure group size and scaling policies. Set the desired minimum and maximum capacity of your auto scaling group. You can optionally add a scaling policy to dynamically scale the number of instances. Specify the size of auto scaling group by changing the desired capacity. You can also specify minimum and maximum capacity limits. Your desired capacity must be within the limit range, right? So you see here you have option for desired capacity, you have option for no minimum capacity, and you have option for what, maximum capacity. So do you understand what all these things are there? What is the meaning of minimum, maximum and all? See, if you don't choose this desired capacity, if you just see minimum capacity as say like minimum should be say like 3, right? Then this desired capacity, right, will be, this minimum will be taken as the desired capacity automatically, right? So minimum capacity and desired capacity you can keep like no 3 each. Okay, so what happens is as soon as you launch this no auto scaling group, right, what will happen, it will launch with this desired capacity. So like whatever number you mention, with that it will begin, right? Now what will happen, it can go high, maximum up to say like I want it to go maximum up to say like 6. It should not go more than 6. Okay, so I just limit it. So I say you just launch maximum of 6 instances, right, with minimum of 3 instances, right, and my desired capacity, right, the initial value, right, so that should also be default to minimum only. So I can choose like that initial, right, number. Now scaling policies optional. Choose whether to use a scaling policy to dynamically resize your auto scaling group to meet changes in demand, right? So you can have some scaling policies. You see target tracking, scaling policies. Choose a desired outcome and leave it to the scaling policy to add and remove capacity as needed to achieve that outcome. So one thing is about no what, if your system is going down, right, or something is happening, but apart from that, you should, if you just mention some kind of scaling policy, target tracking scaling policy, average CPU based on average CPU utilization, right? If you say when my average CPU utilization, right, if I give the value of say like 80%, right, instances need how many seconds warm up before including in metric. So you just mention say like whatever 60 seconds or some kind of gap, right? Then it will be included, and then accordingly, whenever it goes to that level, automatically, right, your instance will be, further instances will be launched, right? So you can just say for now, just none, but just understand that you can define policies. So I'll explain you, then you can do it. Just click on none, instance scale in production. Just look at this. There's another optional thing, instance scale in production. So if protect from scaling is enabled, you just say this, tick mark this, then newly launched instances will be protected from scaling by default. What is scaling in? Dharma?
Scaling, that is resizing. See the horizontal scaling, right? When it is extended, right? When we minimizing, that is scaling.
Minimizing. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
So scaling in is just reducing the number of instances, right? So if you just click this, what will happen? Your instances
It will
will
not
be
minimize,
protected.
huh?
No, it will be protected from scaling in. It won't be minimized. It will go
Yeah, it won't
only
be minimized.
upward,
Yeah, but
outward. Scale out will happen.
yeah.
Scale
Scaling
in
will not
will not
happen.
happen. Scale in will not happen. It will
Yeah.
be protected. So just leave this, right? So because sometimes what happens, you want manual intervention. So you just give the protection so that it should not reduce. But we are not choosing this one, right? So now you click on next. Okay. So send a notification to SNS topic whenever Amazon EC2 auto scaling launches or terminates the EC2 instances in your auto scaling group. So you just add some notification, right? So you don't have, you can create a topic here. Just click on that. Give some name. SNS hyphen topic hyphen DEC. You can just give some email address here, right? Test at aws.com. This is your email ID, right? So you just say my email ID, right? You can give your correct email address, maybe up to you. So you can give your email ID, right? And then event type, notify subscribers whenever instances launch, terminate, fail to launch, fail to terminate. You're getting it? So you can mention the
You
email
give
ID.
your personal ID, right? So
Yeah, you give your ID. You give your personal ID.
okay.
Yeah. Just give your email ID here, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nataraj, we are audible, right?
Yes, Harish. Yeah, I have updated my email ID.
Sure. So just mention the email ID. Now, when will you get the notification? So this is SNS, right? Simple notification service. So this is just to send the notification in a particular situation, right? So it will, this SNS will be used for giving the notification. So now whenever your new instances are launched, terminated, or it doesn't launch, some problem happens or some failure happens. So in all those situations, right, it will just give you some notification. Go to next and see, add tags to help you search, filter, and track your auto scaling group across AWS. You can also choose to automatically add these tags to instances when they are launched, right? So the same tag can be given to instances as well. So just give some value, name, and give some tag. Okay? So tag new instances you want to tag, or you don't want to tag new instances, depends on that. You can tick mark, the new instances will also be tagged, right? So I just say auto hyphen D. I just say name auto hyphen DEC. So automatically, right, it will be tagged like this, auto hyphen DEC. So if I just say next, right, what will happen? It will say choose launch template or configuration. Just to review, just see this. We have the launch template, settings, whatever we have done, whatever network related things we have chosen, our VPC, the default one, all the availability zones within our VPC with the whatever network related ranges, right, that was there by default. Now just configure advanced options. Load balancer also we have chosen. We have a application load balancer with the target group. So this is the load balancer name, LVDEC. This is the target group, TG hyphen DEC. Health check, two type of health check is enabled, right? and grace period is 120 seconds. Additional settings disabled. Configure group size, scaling policy, desired minimum, maximum. Scaling policy is not there, right? Instance scaling protection is not enabled. Now what? Add notifications. Some notification is there. Some SNS topic has been created. Your email address should be visible there, right? You can edit and you can add. If you have not done, add tags. So you can add some tag. You can also add to the new instances. So all those configurations, see, we have done, right? And now we just click on create auto scaling group. See what all things are going on. Moving for you. ASG-DEC, one topic, one subscription, one notification,
Yes.
one load balancer, one target group, one listener. See how many things have been created, right? And one new target group has been attached to the ASC. The target group is also attached to the auto scaling group. Now what is happening? You see the situation here. It says updating the capacity, right? So desired capacity is 3. So we have just mentioned desired capacity as 3, right? Minimum capacity, maximum capacity, 1A, 1B, whatever, no Jones, my template, my version. So everything, all those features, everything are there, right? So you just see here, details, activity, automatic scaling, right? Instance management, right? So you just see all those tabs, instance refresh. So now just see for a while, go to EC2 dashboard and see how many instances are running. How many are coming up?
Four, 5. Sorry, 4.
See, 3 are coming up, no? 3 new are coming up for you also?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now if you just go this right side and if you just see, so it's coming up like one instance is coming up auto-dec, auto-dec. So we told that you give name as auto-dec. So it has taken the name as auto-dec, right? So that is for everything it has come. So automatically it has come and we told that, okay, you tag it automatically. So automatically, right, instances are getting launched, right? I just close this and just refresh again. It's initializing, right? Let it initialize. So just see the situation, right? What is happening, right? Based on the number of requirements. So see here how the load is getting balanced. So you have 2 instances here in AP South 1A and you have 2 instances here also, right? AP South 1B. You go to that load balancer, load balancers. You see here that load balancer that we created is active here, right? It's listening, right? Just see this matrix, target response time, request, HTTP request. So all those things are there. You have your target group here, and whatever you created, right? You go to auto scaling groups. You have your auto scaling group here. So just see this instance. All instances have passed the statistics. Please confirm.
Yes, Harish. Yeah.
Right. So now your solution, right, your architecture is becoming much more reliable, right? correct? It is becoming fault tolerant also, right? Right. So you just try to access your website. You go to this Red Hat -DEC, right? Just try to access your website now. You have some IP address, right?
It is working fine.
For you, Dharma, please check your website. Using
Yeah,
one
let
of,
me check.
yeah. Now you also check, Nataraj, you also check whether your website is
No, it's not
accessible.
working.
Not working means what do you need to fix?
That IP security group.
Yeah, just fix the basics. Now you just try from other servers, Nataraj.
Yeah, it is working.
From other servers also.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Try with other IPs. Dharma, fix the security group. Okay.
It is
So
working actually. Yeah, I tried with
working,
all
right?
three. It is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. So now what you do, you go to your load balancer. Take the load balancer endpoint. DNS name is there, right? So take that DNS name in the load balancer. Just try to open that from load balancer.
It is working.
For me, it's not working.
Okay, let me try with a different browser so that I have. Yeah, it is working
Sir, but
with other browser.
Okay, good. So something wrong here for me. Same load balancer. Group load balancer. So now is it working for you, the Dharma? Please check.
no, sir, no, sir. I changed that SSH, but I think I need to change it to HTTP, right?
Yeah, Dharma. So the security group, what is the security
No,
group that you have
sorry.
selected? That is important. In the security group, you should allow HTTP, right? You should also allow your SSH and all those things for your instances. If you have not chosen the correct security group, then it will not work.
No, so which one we need to try actually? The one we newly created now, the 3 instances, or we need to try still with the old instance?
See, you try all the instances, whatever instances you are having, you try with any of the instances, it should work. All are same. Just copy the public IP of any of the instance, right? And
Actually, if you copy the IP and put in the browser, right, it should work. Like welcome to LRS, the content should come. But I think that is actually HTTP request, right? We need to alter in the HTTP section.
yes, that is HTTP. You should allow HTTP in your security group. Inbound rules.
We need to make it anywhere or my IP.
You choose my IP, it will work for you. If you choose anywhere, it will work for me also. Correct, no?
Yeah.
Please do it and confirm. So you just choose, fix your security group. Go to security group, right? Go to the correct security group. whatever is your security group, right? So in that security group, you go to inbound rule, right? And you make it like this something. Give HTTP, TCP, AT, give my IP, or you give all, anywhere. That is also okay. So if you give anywhere, everyone can access your website. So that is okay. For website, it is okay. Once you fix the security group, take any of the public IP from any of the instances and try it out and just confirm. See, I fixed that load balancer thing, Natraj. Did you notice it?
Sorry, Harish, I didn't notice. Sorry. Yeah, you earlier it was not working, so
How did I fix?
I have not seen that.
Okay. So it was like I had restricted my web browsing, right? HTTP port 80 only from my IP. Understood?
Yeah.
So in my security group, I had only allowed my IP for my website. So only I was able to access it from whatever my servers, my instances, all those things were there. So from my IP, I was able to access. But load balancer doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Load balancer was not allowed, right? For
Yeah.
that. That is not my IP, right? Load balancer doesn't have my IP, correct? So from my IP, it will work. For load balancer, it will not work. Load balancer will have its own IP. So
Yeah.
it allowed me, but it was not allowing the load balancer. So
Yeah.
what I did, I went and allowed my website from anywhere, and then next moment it starts working for load balancer as well.
So you changed the security group, right?
Security group only, I just went and
Yeah.
modified.
Yeah.
So now it is working. I went to the load balancer. I went to the security. I went to this security group. So what was the security group? Red Hat -DEC. I went there. I just checked inbound rule. I added that HTTP for everyone.
Yeah.
Now it starts working, right? So load balancer is. So now tell me, Dharma, please update. What is the status? Do you need to share your screen? Dharma, did you fix it?
Yeah, no, sir. I'm fixing it, but it's not working. I don't know.
Okay, no problem. So what you do, you just try to share your screen. So if it works, then it's good. I am just making you host. Yeah, host, please share your screen.
Yes, you see me?
Yeah. So yeah, go to the show me all the instances that are running for you. right? You see all the 4 instances are running, right? Check any of the, one instance. Check any one instance. Yeah, and then you show me the security group. What is the name of the security group? Yeah, click on that security group, Red Hat - security group. Click on that.
So you can see this the inbound. You
Yeah.
can see the inbound rule right here below.
Perfect, perfect. So in the inbound rule, right? You click on that. Don't see that, click that. Then now you go to edit inbound rule. Edit inbound rule. Right. So it is already there. Click on that. Right. So allow everyone already it is there. Anyways, like for SSH, you just change again to my IP, the third one.
I need to change anywhere.
Yeah, first one you are choosing, second one you delete. Second one you delete. Yeah. Yeah. Third one you just click again on my IP one more time. Save it. Okay. So now you go to any of the server.
Now we have only. I don't know. There is one automatically.
Yeah, let it come. Don't worry. Just go to EC2. One is coming because
There
of
is one automatically
IPv6.
creating this one, the second one.
That is for IPv6 Dharma. That :/0 is for IPv6. The first one is for IPv4. So that is automatically allowed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just select any of the server. Take copy the public IP. Copy the public IP.
This one.
Yeah. Now go again to that. I think the same IP address still.
It's already there.
Yeah. Enter. See, your website is not reachable. Now you do SSH to your website. SSH. I think you have not enabled your application to start automatically. Yesterday we were discussing, right? Same thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Sudo su dash. Yeah. Same word. Systemctl. Status. HTTPD. Hold on. Systemctl status HTTPD. So it is dead. How will it be accessible? So start the service. Enter. Now you see the status. Now with the same IP address, you try to access your website.
Yeah. Thank you. It's coming
now. Understand.
Okay. Okay.
Now understand the situation. Go to the server again. Go to the server again. Now here you type clear. Clear your screen. Yeah. Here you type systemctl is -enabled is -enabled is is hyphen no that hyphen symbol enabled space you give space system looks like frozen is -enabled give space not refreshing for me Dharma.
Yeah, systemctl is enabled, is -enabled, sorry.
After that, you please give one space, Dharma.
Yeah.
Now you just type httpd dot service. Enter. See, it is disabled. So you have to enable it. Just say systemctl.
Yeah.
Yeah, in place of is
No,
enabled, you
service,
just remove D at the end.
service is disabled, huh?
No. Just enable. No. Dharma, just remove that and just wait. Remove is hyphen enabled and wait. Go back. Enable space httpd.service. Enter. Now you have your httpd service enabled here. Now you run the first command, above command. 2 times you do up arrow. One more time. No. Why you are starting now again?
Enable now.
So understand the command and then you just, so is enabled is to see whether it is enabled or not. Enable is the command to enable the service, that is for once. If you run this command to enable the service, it will be enabled forever. Whenever your system starts, automatically your Apache will start. That is the meaning of enable. Now, status is the thing to see the service, right? So all these things are for administration of this Linux application, right? So maybe new to you, right? So just try again, try to learn this, note it down, understand the meaning, right? And then try to follow this. There are only few commands, right? 4 or 5 commands only. So you just say systemctl status httpd.service, systemctl status httpd.service, or httpd also you can say. Enter. See, it is active and running, right?
Yeah.
So if your service is running as of now, that you can see using status. If it is not running, you can run start and you can start it. You can run stop and you can stop it, right? So now, right, what you have done, right, and what is your situation, that I will explain. First, you just copy, come minimize this. For which server you have logged in. Take that IP. I think that IP should be selected for you. Browse with that IP. This is the IP, right?
Yes, bro.
It's working, right? So
Yeah.
now it is enabled also. So you can just make me host. I'll tell you the current situation for you.
So, but actually, here one thing, once we started, that is enough, right, to access the website. But I think something we did, this command is new today, right? Systemctl enable HTTPD
No.
service.
Yesterday I explained, but I think you missed it, Dharma. So I'll tell you. Just give me the make me host. I'll explain you.
Yeah, I stopped it. Sure.
Okay, wait 1 second. Let me reclaim the host.
I stopped it, sir. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let me share my screen. Let me explain to you, right? So what is going on? Okay, so understand that I had explained earlier, right? So there are few commands, right? There is something called service, HTTP daemon. That is the name of the service. Okay, fine. You call it httpd.service. That is also okay. Now there is a command systemctl. Fine. The command begins with this red hat command. Now you can do status here. You can do start here. You can do is enabled here. You can say enable here. You can say disable here, right? You can say no, stop here, right? So all those things you can do, and then you have to give the name of the service, right? So first thing, it will begin with this systemctl everywhere. Then all these things will be there in between, and then you will have HTTPD here. Understood? Now, status means if your service is currently running or not. Start means if it is not running, you can start it. Stop means you can stop the service. Is enabled, enable, and disable. These three things, right, are useful when you are configuring the service for the first time, right, on the system for the very first time.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
there can be a situation when you are starting, you have your server, right? So this server can reboot, right? Once you start the service, right, it will not run forever. If you reboot, next time again the server will come up, and that time your application will not run. Do you want like that?
Yeah.
Maybe you want like that.
Yeah, maybe.
If there is a situation where you don't want the web service to run automatically, you want some system administrator to go and start it because there is some problem with the service, it will not start in full-fledged mode, right? Or you are just testing, starting it once, you don't want it to start again in future. But if you are running a full-fledged web service, right, so every time you reboot your machine, right, whenever it comes up, your application should also come up, right? That is what is the by default, right, in standard production servers. So whenever you are starting your machine, your application should come up automatically, right? So this is not only for Apache, this is for many of the other services, right? So many of the applications, many of the things, it will be configured to run automatically. Many of the things depends on the particular situation. You don't want to run it automatically, let somebody come and then look at the situation, start the database, and then only you start this. So maybe there may be some situation, but mostly, right, for say like for Apache, for website, right, so you just want it, the service to be enabled, right? So if the service is enabled, right, whenever you restart your machine, whenever you shut down and switch it on, right, so your Apache service should start automatically. Understood? So this is one-time command. This enable is a one-time command when you install the Apache, right? Because you have done the installation of this Apache in the system. So once you done the installation, right, you enable it at least once on the server. That's it. Once you enable, right, it will always be enabled. It will never be disabled automatically. Then whenever your system starts, your Apache will start automatically, right? Right? If you don't enable, every time you have to log into your system and you have to start the service manually. Getting the difference between enable and start?
Yeah, yes, there is. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Now what you have done, just see.
Yeah, thank you.
Right? No problem. So now what is your situation? I'll tell you. Now you have 4 servers. Correct? There was one server that was original.
Yeah.
In that original server, right, it's not enabled, right? Your HTTPD daemon is disabled, right? So now what happened from that server, right? You have created AMI, right? You know AMI will just replicate whatever is there, the same thing will come into this. Now from that AMI, you have created auto scaling group, which has created 3 different instances. Now you just tell me, Apache will be enabled here in the 3 instances or it will be disabled?
It will be enabled.
it will be enabled.
Yeah.
How?
If original is disabled, everywhere it will be disabled, right?
Yeah, yeah. Original is disabled means then yeah, this AMI is belongs to that. Yeah, it will be disabled. Yeah.
So original instance, original EC2, you had that there you had disabled the HTTP. You did not run the enable command before creating the AMI. Now what happens? Your all the configurations, right, will go from this AMI. This AMI got the disabled thing. Now all the EC2 instances, newly launched EC2 instances, your service will be in disabled state. That means whenever it has come for the first time, application will not be running. Now, right, you any instance that is launched with this AMI, right, it will never have Apache running automatically, right? So these are something which we have to focus at. So if you don't have this, then you have to, in the template, you have to go and tell that in the launch template, you have to tell, you had some space, no user space. There you have to tell that whenever a new instance is launched, you have to do this, that, whatever things, everything you have to mention then, right? Otherwise, in your AMI, if it is enabled, right, using systemctl enable command, right, then what will happen? It will be running automatically. For in case of Nataras, right, it was enabled, right? Now no, yesterday some problem happened in your instance, right? So that's why you could not enable day before yesterday, right? So
Yeah.
you enabled it, right? And for us it was enabled here, right? So as it was enabled, everywhere our Apache service is running, right? It will not happen for you. Now what you have to do,
Yes,
you have to
got it.
go, yeah, you have to do entire thing again, no, one more time from the beginning, right? Or you have to add that, no, in the modify the launch configuration, right? So just for now, you understand like this. Just see here how it is going on. That will give you good clarity. So just focus here, don't do anything for next 5 minutes, and I'll just show you, right, what is going on, right? So I just go to instances, see all the 4 instances are there. I show you my original instance, right? So if I go to this original instance, if I go to, no, take the IP here, I go there and I say Control V, right? So the website is running here. Now what I do, I go to another instance. Now I just forget about the original one. I go to the other instance which is launched with auto-dec. I take the IP address from there. I just go here. I just run. It runs here as well, right? Now I take some other instance IP address, right? I just copy that and I go there. I just run that. It runs here, right? Now accordingly, right, I go to some other instance, the last instance, right? So from there I take an IP address and I just try, it runs here as well. So what is happening, what I have tested so far is from all these instances, right, from all these instances, right, we have tested our website, right? So website is running everywhere, right? Now from the, no, I'll just open a different page here. So what is happening from the internet, right? Right. As of now, what I have done, I have accessed my 4 of my instances, right? 4 of my instances, right? Directly. I have accessed my 4 of my instances. I have not used anything here in between. No load balancer or something, right? So what I have done, I have accessed my EC2 instances. I have my EC2 instances, right? And I'm accessing it directly, maybe like this. This diagram will give better clarity. So directly I'm accessing all the 4 instances as of now. Now, what I will do, I'll just close all this, right? And then what I will do, I'll go to my load balancer. Yesterday, no, in the last session we were checking that load balancer, right? So go to this load balancer, right? And then what we see, load balancer DNS name is there. So I just click on this DNS name of the load balancer, whatever is there. I just go there and then I just try to run this, right? So from here my website is available, accessible, right? So what happened now? Instead of accessing my instances, my website directly, because if I give say like 10 customer, if I give this particular IP address, they are accessing my website, this website is gone or this availability zone is gone, so those 10 customers won't be able to access my website, correct? If I'm giving some IP address to some other customer, they cannot access if this problem is this machine is gone. So what is the solution, right? So what I do now, I use that, I have the internet, right? And then I have the load balancer, right? From my load balancer, right, I have my EC2 instances running. So the website is running on all the 4 instances, right? And they are being accessed from the internet through this load balancer. I have that application load balancer configured running on 80 port. So now I have all the websites available, right? Now it will be load balanced and accessible, right? In different availability zones it is there, right? So I have mentioned all the availability zones. What will happen if some availability zone is also gone? It will be created in another availability zone, right? I have the auto scaling group also configured. I have the load balancer configured, right? So what will happen now? If I just come here, so it's being accessed through load balancer. Now if I just go there to the instances, and this was my original server. This was my original server. So I go there, action, sorry, instance state, I stop this. See my original instance, right? The very first instance that was there. So that is stopped. Okay. Now I just refresh this. My website is still running, right? So my website is still running. It's going through, it's coming through some other thing. So just see here. Now say like this was my original instance that is gone. Still the other 3 are available, right? So my website is getting access. One is stopped, still my website is getting stopped. If I just click this, you just take this IP address of 65, I go there and try, right? It should not work. It will just refresh, it will just stop in some time. It's taking from the cache. I'll just just wait for a while. It will be inaccessible. This particular IP address will no longer be available only now. That IP will only go. Once it is stopped, see, gone only. Right? So whatever IP was there, again I tried to paste, it was there. It should go. It's coming from the cache. So that IP only gone.
You can open with another browser. You will get.
Yeah, that is better. Okay, so see, now I am opening in a different browser. So it's not coming up. That 65.0.99.15, that IP address itself is not available, just rotating. Right? So just understand that what is happening here. That IP address is no longer available. Right? That system itself is stopped. However, nothing happens to my website. It is still available. And if I just do a refresh, right? See this, and then I just go to see the other one. If I just do a copy, I just try with this, it is available. So other system is available, load balancer is available, right? But that particular system is not available. That original system, right, is not available. I just terminate that instance, right? So that's instance only is no longer there. You see, I just refresh. Let that be terminated, successfully terminated, right? I just terminated that. I'll terminate some other instance, right? I just terminated the other instance. I see my instance is going. I take this load balancer here. I go to other browser as well. This is not coming, right? But see, with load balancer, my website is still running. In another browser, I tried, right? So with the load balancer, it is still available, right? Two of my machines are there, right? Two of my machines are available here, right? You see? Now, just let me take this one. Instance state, terminate instance, terminate. Okay. You see, I just terminated. So you see, now only one instance should be remaining, right? Natras, how many
Yes,
I
sir.
terminated? One I terminated, then another I terminated,
Yeah.
then one more I
Three.
terminated. Three instances I have terminated, right?
Yes.
So just see, three instances I have terminated. Only one should have remained, right? Now what is
Yes.
happening here?
Initializing.
What do you mean? Why it is happening? So meanwhile, I'll just try to browse my service. It's available, right? So just see my load balancer available. My application is running uninterrupted, right? So now what is happening? Only one should have been there, right? I see another one is also coming up.
Yeah.
That initializing. So load that scaling is happening.
Yes. Some wait time we had given, right?
Okay.
So just like little bit of warm up, and then it is working. So you see, while
That 120 seconds we gave, right? Something like
yeah, correct. So some wait time, and then it's coming up. So that is the benefit.
so it will go maximum, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then if you increase the load, right, accordingly, based on the load also, it can come up. If you just specify some kind of demand-based scaling, right? So what will happen? I'll just show you, right, how it works. I told you, you can specify some policies and you can do all those things, right? So let me explain that so that you will have a deeper understanding, right? So just think of what is auto scaling group, right? Oh, something wrong with my this. Let me open a fresh one. Okay, so let me try. Yeah. Oh, it's running very fast. Something happened. Give me a moment. Mhm. See what is going on here. Meanwhile, did you notice something?
Three more.
So what had happened? We had chosen as 3 as minimum, right?
Yes.
3 as desired, 3 as minimum, right? So what has happened? You see, 3 have been 3 instances have been lost, and my website is still available to me, right? So just understand, right here. So we have
So it means it's automatically deploying, I mean, automatically starting that services with one more availability.
Yes, that's right. So we have the EC2, 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 right? We
I
have
think
the
it's
EC2.
like we are, how are we deploying our application into new machines? I think suppose we want to install 3 different machines in 3 different places.
Yep.
So likewise, this is automatically taking care, this auto scaling group.
Yes.
The same name, it's so every time it ensures that so whatever the input we have given, like minimum availability instances, right? So the 3. So if it is
Yeah.
if something you take it 3, so it makes use that the 3 should be done. So it's automatically initiating one and make it the 3 available minimum.
Correct. It will be like that Ravana's head. So it will always be 10. You just cut, it will come up. Okay, so it will be like that. So what is happening? We just defined minimum that will remain only whatever happens. So now say like whatever EC2 instances, whatever we have defined there. So what will happen? Say like for example, I'll give you another example where I will have say like 4 EC2 instances. Just think of EC2, right? So just think of 4 EC2 instances. We have one auto scaling group. Okay. Now we have Amazon CloudWatch, right? That is doing the monitoring, right? So monitoring whatever metrics related to CPU, related to memory, whatever that is there. Some kind of alarm that we were creating that other day, right? So if I say that there is CPU utilization is going greater than say like 90%. Okay, for greater than or equal to 5 minutes. Just recall, we have been learning about this. So we are just creating some kind of CloudWatch alarm, right? So we are setting like CPU, if it is greater than 90% for more for more than 5 minutes or equal to 5 minutes, then I want it to add 100%. Okay, add 100%, right here. What it will do? Add 100% means scaling policy. We were seeing the scaling policy. I told you, you just do it once you understand. So you have the scaling policy defined here, right? There we are saying, right, add 100%, right? So what we are doing? We are doing scaling out or scaling in? Adding, right?
Scaling out.
Scaling out. So why do we scale out? To meet the demand, right? Whatever is a demand, if it is going higher, CPU utilization is going higher, means more demand, right? So whenever there is more demand, right, add 100%, right? So just think initially Just think, we had only 2 systems. Okay. So initially think that we are having only 2 systems. Now, if I say add 100%, what will happen? 2 more will be added, right? 100% means equivalent to whatever is there. If 4 were there, then 100% means 8 will run. 4 more will come. Now, 2 were there initially. I say add 100%. So 2 more will come. Now there will be 4 instances running, right? Now I say, right, that alarm, right? I'll just zoom it out. Now, if I say another situation where the CPU, right? CPU, right? That is less than 50% for more than 10 minutes. Okay. If now another alarm, right? CloudWatch alarm, right? So another CloudWatch alarm that CPU is going less than 50% for more than 10 minutes. Now we remove 50%. That is another policy. Right? Now, what is happening here? Scaling out or scaling in?
Scaling in.
Scaling in. Remove 50% means 2 will be gone out of total. Total is 4. So 50% of total is not 2. 2 will be removed. So now only 2 will remain. Will it save some cost?
Yes.
Right? So it will save dollars. Right? So understand that if when you can just define your architecture in a way where you don't have to manually sit on it. You don't have to simply keep on monitoring everything on your own manually. Everything you have to define, right, in such a way that things will happen automatically. Whenever CPU utilization is going high, right, for more than 5 minutes, add more instances, do some kind of scaling out. Now, whenever it is less utilized, scale in, right? So, with the help of CloudWatch, right? Auto scaling, load balancer, right? With all these 3 things, right? Are you able to achieve whatever compute capacity you require, whether you require less, you require more, right? Whatever may be the situation, can you handle it automatically? Can you do it? Tell me.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
And it will happen in different availability zone. That is the good part of it. Right or wrong? So, you have different availability zones, right? So, you are having your EC2 instance here, and having your EC2 instance here, and having your EC2 instances here, right? In 1A, 1B, 1C, right? And you are making auto scaling group, right? Part of all these 3 availability zones, right? Think of a situation. One is deleted here, one is terminated here, another will come up, right? If entire availability zone is gone, right, it will come up here. Understood? So you require 6 machines, 6 will be running, 2, 2, 2, or 3, 3, or whatever may be the situation. It will also handle the load, right? And it is a full-fledged situation, right, with maximum fault tolerance, right? That is possible here, right? So now what is expected from you? You have to go back, right, and practice whatever you have learned so far, right? So otherwise, you won't be able to relate. So starting from the EC2, right? AMI, right? Volumes, right? Everything. You just create your own VPC. Okay. You just create your own VPC. You have one private subnet in that. You have one public subnet in that, right? You have two public subnets in that, right? So now you do some kind of load balancing between the two public subnets. Let that be internet facing, right? And then you just create some auto scaling group on your own, right? And then you test everything, right? You launch some template, right? You create some scaling group, target group, everything you do, and then you do all those things on your own once, right? Then it will give you good confidence, right, with all these things, right? So far whatever you have learned, right, you just create one VPC and implement it in that VPC, right? And then you also do some kind of peering. You create another VPC and you do peering, right? And then you try to access from one instance of this VPC to another instance in the another VPC. So all these things, you just create one project, right, where you just do all those testing on your own, right? All those concepts should be revised. All your security group concept, all EBS, EFS, right? S3, everything you do. Okay, whatever you have learned so far, you just implement, use all of them, and then you show me on the last day of our session. Okay, so you just try that out. For now, like we are good with this, right? So you just see the condition here. It's running as a minimum of 3 we had specified, so it is all running, but it will be chargeable for us, right? So better what we do, we terminate this. But what will happen if we terminate this? Then what will happen? It will again come up, right? Ravana's head.
Another
Right?
will start.
Yeah. So what is the solution? Need to finish, no? Ravana only, right? So there is no option to keep on cutting the head. That will not make the sense, right? So we have to go to what? Auto scaling group, correct? We have to go to auto scaling. If we delete this, what will happen? Everything will be gone. Go there, auto scaling group is there, right? Auto scaling group. Delete this auto scaling group. Just mention delete. And you see what is going on, what is happening. Delete. It's deleting. Now you must have your AMI, otherwise everything will be gone for you. Your AMI, you keep it safely. Now just refresh. We'll come back here. I'll show you later. As of now, you just go to this auto scaling group. Just refresh it. Deleting, right? Go to instance. Here also it will go. It will take a while, right? I'll just introduce you to your favorite topic, right? Database, right? Let that get deleted meanwhile. So your topic, right? Dharma?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can take this up, right? So database, right? Natras?
Sir,
Natras is
before that,
bit.
the simple question from my side from the
Yes,
previous
sir.
one.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me, Dharma.
Actually, the root was running, right? But the other three that when I try to copy it, right, it's not running it. What could be the problem? I think it's all are using the same security group, but still that website is not running.
What is not running?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get you what you're telling.
No. We launched that auto scaling group after we did, right? So that main was running after we enable that. I mean, active that Apache site, Apache web server, right? The website was running, but when I try from the other one, right,
It
the
will
auto
not run.
scaling group,
No,
one of them.
that's what I explained, Dharma. You didn't follow. See here, you have the 4 instances, right? All the 4
No,
instances.
the very first instance was
Dharma, we are not able to hear you.
running. So at the time, the other three will not run. That's what you explain, is it?
Dharma, you had one, no, you have something, right? Just understand, you have one template. There you have written Dharma, right? And now you know, now what you did, you just mentioned A, you forgot A here. Okay. Now, this is your template.
Hello?
So from this template, if you create as many instances or as many copy of that, if you do a
Hello?
copy of that, everywhere dharma will come or dharma will come.
Hello?
Hello. Dharma, we can hear you. Hold on, let me pause it.
Yeah, but not audio.
Yeah. So I have just resumed the recording. So you just see, yeah, Dharma, you're back.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Perfect. So just Natras will call you and he will explain you, right? What I had explained earlier, right? So he will explain you, right? And that about the issue that you are facing with other instances, right? So you see here all are terminated once we click on that load balancer, right? We went to that auto scaling group and we deleted that auto scaling group. No scaling group is there, right? So what happened? Now there is no more EC2 instances. All EC2 instances are gone, right? So no EC2 instances are available for me, right? All are deleted just because all were launched from the ASZ, that auto scaling group only. All were coming from there. So here, Nataraj is facing another issue where he's having email from AWS about the free tier limits. He is exceeding. So understand that you have 30 GB of volume available, right? So just go to volume, just see there how many volumes are there for you, right? So for me, there is only 1 GB volume, right?
Yeah.
That is also available. So that also I will, just now I'll delete it. I'll delete that volume, right? So that volume is also getting deleted. So I have nothing here now, no volume. Now, what I'm having is, the AMI, right? So you see the AMI here, right? So I had told you, so this AMI is taking 10 GB. 10 GB of root volume is associated here. So I had told you, Natras, that if you are running the EC2 instance, right, you are getting 750 hours, right, per month, correct? Now, if you are running one instance, right, 24 hours, if you're not shutting it down, right?
Yeah.
And if you run it for 31 days, right?
Yeah.
Do a calculation, right? So how much will come?
Yeah.
31 into 24. 744.
Yeah.
So that comes to 744 hours. That is total. That is, you are getting much more than that, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if you run only one instance, right, 24 hours, right,
Yes.
for 31 days, it will be 744 only. There won't be any issue. If you run two instances,
Yeah.
right, 12 hours per day.
Yeah.
For 31 days.
More than.
It's still 744, right?
Yeah.
12 hours only you are running, correct?
Correct.
Now, if you run 10 instances, right?
Yeah.
For how long? 1 hour.
Yeah.
31 days. It will be how much? 310?
10 hours.
Still it is less than 750, right?
Yes. Yes.
So they are giving you this freedom for
Yeah.
EC2 only, right?
Yes.
If you save your hours, if you continue to run your hours, right?
Yeah.
So it will be like you continue to run, then anyways like it is getting over. And today I'm running like say like 5-6 instances, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm running that for 30 minutes something, so it will be more uses, more load, right? Today.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm switching off my EC2 instance on some other day. So I'm keeping it switched off, say like for 1 week. I'm not running.
Yeah.
I'm not running means for 1 week, right? I have some hours saved, right?
Correct.
Those I can use when I have to run 5-6 instances together, right?
Yes.
So that is how we have to use in the free tier. Now the problem is 30 GB you are getting, right? For your volume.
Correct.
That is your EBS volume. Now that EBS volume, right, you can use in the form of that normal root volume, right, or some additional 1G volume or something we were creating, right, in form of snapshots. That is in form of
AMI.
that AMI or snapshot. The AMI will create the snapshot. So if you are having 10 machines, right?
Yes.
I would rather say 10 EC2 instances. Then what will happen? Each EC2 instance is of 10 GB in root volume, right?
Yeah.
You are running 10 EC2 instances, mean you are using 100 GB EBS, right?
Yes.
Plus you have one snapshot also of 10 GB.
Yes.
So it will be 110 GB, right?
Correct.
And your limitation is 30 GB, right?
Yes.
So then you will be charged for it, right? So if you always make sure that if you are not using more than 30 GB, including any of the snapshot or this volume or root volume or whatever. Understood?
Yes.
So then you are okay. So as of now, 85% only, right? So you can just go there and you can see, right, how many volumes are there, how many snapshots are there, right? So for me, like no volumes as of now, right? I have only one snapshot. So I'm just using 10 GB. EC2 instances, nothing is running for me, right? I don't have any instance, everything terminated. So whenever I wish, what I will do, I'll go to this AMI. I'll just select this. I'll just click on launch and I will launch my EC2 instance and then I can use it, right?
Yes.
And then I can terminate it or I can shut it down, right? If you shut down, your volume will be still used.
Oh, is it? Okay.
If you terminate and your volume is also gone along with that, then it is okay.
Okay.
But if you just shut it down, 5 instances you run, all the 5 you shut down, For EC2, you will not be charged.
Yeah.
But 5 instances into 10 GB each, that will be 50 GB of EBS volume, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like that. You have to do the calculation, right?
Yeah.
So fine, then in that case, we are good for today, right? We'll take up the remaining topic on next session. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Meanwhile, you just take care and just talk to explain that something is missing, right? So for Dharma, just explain that, and Dharma, if you just try to do things, how go through the recording. I'll share the recordings, right? And if you still face any challenges, you just
okay, sir.
let me know in the next session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care. Take care of your health. Natras.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.